Hello, everyone. So far in this chapter, we have looked at a couple of different arguments trying to prove the existence of God. Today, I want to look at an argument that's meant to challenge the existence of a God, and that is the problem of evil. So, the problem of evil starts with the traditional definition or explanation or understanding of what an all-powerful God would be. So, the argument from evil says, okay, the way God is traditionally defined, God has a number of features. God is considered to be all-knowing, all-powerful, and perfectly good. However, evil exists in the world. We get the most extreme example of this in the story from Fyodor Dostoevsky out of the Brothers Karamazov at the end of the chapter. Here, Ivan is telling Alyosha a story about a young child who is tortured for their whole lives, and they live in nothing but suffering. The idea is this is one of the most horrific, evil things you can imagine, and we have reports of things like this existing in the world. So, evil undeniably exists in the world. At least that is what Ivan tries to argue when he's talking with his younger brother. So, if our God is all-powerful, then God has the power to stop any evil like that. If God is all-knowing, then God knows that evil like that exists. And if God were perfectly good, then God would have the desire to eliminate evil like that. If someone was perfectly good and one had the power to eliminate the unnecessary suffering of this child, then it seems as if perfect goodness would require them to do so. So the argument of the problem of evil is that if evil exists in the world, then we can't possibly have a God that has all three of those features. If God's all-powerful, God has the ability to stop the evil. God's all-knowing, God knows it's happening, and if God's perfectly good, God would want to stop it. So if God doesn't stop it, then either God is not all-knowing, God doesn't know that the evil's happening, God is not all-powerful, God can't do anything to stop the evil, or God is not perfectly good. God is not interested in stopping the evil, even though God could do so. The conclusion then is a God with the traditional features, all-powerful, all-knowing, perfectly good, cannot possibly exist. The argument from evil tells us that the existence of evil is inconsistent with the existence of the kind of God that we traditionally talk about and think about. So, in conclusion, the argument from evil basically states if evil exists in the world, and we seem to have all this evidence that it does, then a God in the way we traditionally think of God could not possibly exist.